Okay, so now today the agenda is we will write a simple C# program and try to compile that using without using Visual Studio. So I mean, in the first class itself, normally other .NET courses, they will start writing in Visual Studio, but I want you guys to get familiar with without using Visual Studio, you have to compile and see the output of C# program, and that way you'll be able to answer some interview questions because based on my previous experience in a couple of interviews, they asked me, can you compile C# code without using Visual Studio, and how you can do that. So from there we will start, and let's get started. So now let me open a presentation which I already have. So about a simple C# program, and let's get started. So now any programming language, if you want to learn the basics, should be C language, and in case if some of you might not have experience in C language, so that should be fine. You will be able to learn C# even if you don't have experience in C language. But if you have experience in C language, it'll be easy for you to learn C#. And for now I'm going to compare C and C#, and even if you don't know C language, you'll be able to understand. And let's see this. So C language is normal procedure-oriented programming language, and it had some constraints like reusability and the main modularity and reusability. C language had a lot of problems on reusability and modularity, and because of which object-oriented programming languages came into existence, and C++ is very popular, and C#, Microsoft programming language, and Java. And C# designer, the name of the person or program manager in Microsoft who designed C# is Anders Heiselberg. So he is the program manager who is behind designing the C# programming. And okay, so he is the program manager in Microsoft who is behind the C# programming completely, and he managed a team, and he helped in implementing C# programming. Anders Heiselberg. So okay, so he also worked for Java, and Microsoft anyway recruited him, and so he started with C# design. Okay, now so if you compare C and C#, so the first thing, this is how a C language program looks like. So for those who don't know C language, so printf is a method which will help in printing hello world in the output console window, and we need to include this stdio.h because printf is present in this method. So printf is present in this header file, and that's why we need to include this header file. And conniver.h, getch is a method that is present in this header file, so we need to include this. So basically, whenever you are referring some methods which are used for some functionality, you need to refer the respective header files because the functionality of this will be present in this. So in C language or C++, we call this as header files. And in case of C#, we call this as a namespace. So we call this as a namespace. So I repeat again, in C language, the one which you are referring at the first line or second line, so these are called reference files, and this is called header files. So these are called header files. And in Java, any idea what do we call Java? Anyone in the class? We write like this, import. In Java we write like this, import java.star. So what do we call java.star or java.io? Anyone in the class know the answer? So in what do we call this? Anyone in the class know this? So if you don't know, you can pick me as Yen. So this is called as a package. In Java we call this as package. Now you're able to recollect? In Java programming we call this as package, and whereas in C language we call this as header file, and in C# we call this as a namespace. So now a namespace will not directly contain methods. So here header file directly will contain methods, but in C# for modularity and reusability they added a concept called class. So in all object-oriented programming languages, when compared to procedure-oriented programming language, so we will get introduced to something called a class. So class and object are the two main things behind object-oriented programming language. So So instead of directly having a header file, directly having a method, here in C Sharp, a namespace will have class and class will have method. The reason why this class came in between is similar functionality methods grouped into a class. So let's try to understand this now. So if you see here, a namespace is group of classes. A namespace is group of classes, and a class is group of methods. So let's take, for example, I need to send an email. So email components will be present in one class, and I want to read and write a text file. So that will be there in one class, and I want to create a UI, and that will be there in one class. So the reason is similar functionality related methods, they grouped into a class, and similar classes, they grouped into a namespace. It is exactly, you can relate this with a country and a state and a city. So if you think this namespace as a country, and all these classes are like states and methods are like cities. So every country, just to have differentiation between other countries, we have a namespace, and there are so many namespaces in Dotnet Framework, and each namespace will have so many classes, and each class will have so many methods. Okay, so I repeat again, if you go back here, if you go back to the simple structure of C# program, system is a namespace, and this is our own class. Class hello is our own class, and public static void main is the place where actual execution starts. Public static void main is the place where actual execution of a program starts, and console is a class. So directly we don't have, like printf, we don't have directly one method. So we have two things here. So this namespace is having a class, and this class is having a method, and this method, whatever is written inside this, and this is getting printed. Now everyone can, from this program, what is namespace here? What is the namespace here? Everyone please ping me. Everyone in the class please ping me. What is a namespace? So here system is a namespace. So system is a namespace. System is a namespace. And can you tell me a class inside system? What is a class that is inside system? Everyone please ping me. Yes. So the class inside, so this hello is not inside system. This hello is our class. This hello is user defined class. This is user defined class, and the class which is inside system is console. Okay, now let me make it very clear for you. Let me open MS Paint. Now, so .NET Framework, if someone asks you what is .NET Framework, .NET Framework is all about list of library files. .NET Framework is all about list of library files to make life of a developer easier. So what does it mean by that? So let's take, for example, I have a list of names. And I want to sort them. So .NET Framework has done the research, and they came up with a lot of reusable methods. In C language, if you want to sort the numbers, you have to write bubble sort, or you have to write any sorting technique. You have to write 2 for loops and sort them. So but here in .NET Framework, Microsoft has realized that sorting is a technique which is normally used in all businesses. So we might need to include an utility, or we might need to include a class file or method in .NET Framework. So like this, they have added so many methods which developers can reuse directly. So those are called existing class library files. So system is an existing namespace, and that has a lot of classes, and that has a lot of methods which is provided by Microsoft. So using that, we write our own business logic. So we reuse the classes, or we reuse the library files which are provided by Microsoft. And anyway, Microsoft cannot write our business logic because we have to develop based on it. But Microsoft has done a common research on reusable, which will be helpful for businesses for reusing them, and they created a lot of namespaces and a lot of classes, and we reuse them in writing our own class, and we reuse them in writing our own class to get our business requirement to achieve our functionality. So what we are doing here is example for this reusable components is system. System is a namespace which we are using and which is provided by Microsoft, and our class here is class hello. So to print hello on the screen is my requirement, and I'm reusing what Microsoft is providing in achieving that. So if you go back to this presentation, now if you see here, system is provided by Microsoft, and that is a namespace. Hello does not belongs to system. Hello is my class which I am writing it, and this is my class which I am writing it, and everything you normally write in C# is inside a class. So unlike your procedure oriented language, you write everything inside a class, and I'm writing here public static void main, and I'm reusing writeLine method which is provided by Microsoft, and system is a namespace, console is a class, writeLine is a method, and I'm passing hello which will be printed. Make sense now, everyone? No. Everyone please ping me. Is it making sense, or I'm going fast, or now just a second. Okay, now so now everyone please ping me an example for a class, use a predefined class. What is there here which is provided by Microsoft? Class. Everyone please ping me. I got the first answer from Harsha, and he says console. Yes, so console is a class which is provided by Microsoft and which we are using. Okay, an example for namespace. Everyone please ping me what is the namespace that you see here. So I got the first answer from Geeta. So system is the namespace. System is the namespace which we are getting from Microsoft, and system is having one class console, and writeLine is a method. Okay, so down the line we will see lot of namespaces, and we will see lot of methods, and we are going to learn a lot of concepts now. So now that we learned, we saw simple structure of C# program. So let's see how to compile it. So now I'm going to create, so now I'm going to write in, let me create a folder. So let's see this. So I'm going to go to D drive, and I'm going to create a folder. So right click on this new folder. So I'm going to write here as C# projects. Okay, so in D drive I created a folder called C# projects. Okay, so now I'm going to write in notepad, new text document, and I'm renaming this to 1.cs. So the moment you rename this, you should be able to see that this gets changed to the C# icon in case if you have installed Visual Studio. Okay, so now can everyone do this and tell me? Just create a folder now, right now, or all of you are attending the class from the laptop or from computer or from tablet. Anyone is attending from tablet or something? Everyone please bring me from where you are attending the class, computer or tablet. Done with creating this D drive C# projects. Now I'm going to write new text document in this folder. In this folder, I open this folder now, and in this folder I'm going to write new text document. And is everyone seeing the extension like this? Everyone create a new text document and tell me, are you seeing the extension? Everyone, you have to do this step. Right click on this and type new text document. Right click on this somewhere here and new, and select text document, and let me know if you are seeing this extension like this. Are you guys seeing the extension? Extension as .txt. Everyone please ping me. Okay, so I got yes from couple of you. Okay, so all of you are seeing the extension. Okay, now now if I change this, now you have to tell me. I'm going to change this to, I'm going to rename this to 1.cs. So now is it showing, is the type is showing now? Can everyone do this change and tell me when you're done? Just rename it to 1.cs and ping me when you're done. Okay, so are you seeing the type as a text file, or what type you are seeing here? Can you ping me when you change it? What is the type it is showing for you? Okay, I got one from Harsha as Visual C#. Okay, Neeraj also says the same. And how about others? Okay, CS file. Okay, and how about Harish? So I'm going to write the first C# program. So let's say this. Right click on this. No need to do this now. Please focus on the class now completely. Anyway, I'm going to send you the recording so you can go through this, but please focus on the class now completely. So new text document. I'm going to open with Notepad. All of you also should do this with Notepad. So open with Notepad. And the first line should be including the reference files or the namespaces which you need. So I'm going to write here as using system. Class hello is my class, and I'm referring this namespace, and whatever is inside there I need to use it for my class hello. So now for my class hello, I need to write here public static void main. Remember, M is in capital. M is capital in only in C#. So in all other programming languages, M is small. So if you see C language or Java or C++, static void main, M is small. Only in C#, M is capital. Okay, so that is a common typo which normally students will do, and they will ask me that they are getting an error because they will put M small. Now I need to print something on the screen. So console.writeLine hello. So I'm just done with a simple C# program, and let's save it. Now I'm done with this. Now I need to compile this. So to compile this, C# compiler will be present in this path. So everyone please ping me what operating system you have. Is it Windows 7, Windows 8, Windows 9, I mean Windows 10? What operating system you have? Everyone please ping me. Okay, I got one Windows 10, Windows 7, okay. Windows 7, okay. Windows 10, okay. Couple of you have Windows 10 and then Windows 7, okay. Now let me save it. Now if I want to compile this, C# compiler is present in this path. So let me go back, let me open any folder, and now let me go back to C# compiler. C# compiler by default ships with operating system. So operating system, Windows operating system, you will also get .NET Framework. So that will be there in C:, and that will be there in Windows. Microsoft .NET, that will be there inside C, Windows, Microsoft .NET Framework, and version. So you might have 3.5 or you might have 4.0. So inside the latest version 4.0, I have here something called CSC. I'm going to type CSC, and I can see this csc.exe. So this is a C# file, so I can see that here. So csc.exe is, when I move the mouse on this, can everyone see what it is showing? It is showing as Visual C# command line compiler. So basically what compiler will do is it'll check for errors in the program, and then it'll show us if any errors are there, and if no errors are there, it'll convert to exe file. Okay, so basically we have written a C# program in high level language, that is user understandable language, but system will not understand this, so we need to convert this to system understandable language, and that will be done by your compiler. Okay, compiler acts like a mediator between this code and it will convert it to exe. Now what we have to do is, so our compiler csc.exe is present in this path, C Windows Microsoft .NET Framework version 4.0. So now what I have to do now is I'm going to open command prompt. So in the run command, I'm going to type cmd, and I just got this command prompt, and let me reduce the font for it. So properties, I'm going to reduce the font. It's looking now. Okay, now I just opened the command prompt. Now you can see here, this is the command prompt. Now I need to go to this path where I have my 1.cs file. So that is present in D drive. So if it is there in C drive, I need to go back to C drive. I mean, if I want to go back to this parent folder, this path, I need to press cd dot dot, cd dot dot, and cd dot dot. But I need to go to D drive. So if I want to go to D drive, I need to type D colon. Now I'm in D drive. Now I need to go to a folder now called C# projects. So I need to type cd, come to directory, and C# projects. Now I'm in this path now. Now my C# compiler is in this path. So I repeat again, all you have to do is open command prompt and come to this path where you have your C# file. That is all you have to do. Open command, no need to do it now again. So open command prompt cmd.exe and come to this directory, and now you need to type C# compiler space file name. That will compile your code. Okay, so now C# compiler is, where is C# compiler? So let me reduce this, and C# compiler is in this path. So let me copy this path. Here is my C# compiler, and I need to paste it. /csc.exe space. So I need to tell to my, so this is the path of C# compiler space, and I need to give my file name because I want to compile this. So I need to write this here. So I need to write 1.cs. As of now, how many files are there in this folder? C# projects, everyone please ping me. How many files are there in this folder? As of now, everyone please ping me. In this folder, as of now, we have only one. So let's see this. If I compile this, I'm going to compile this now. I'm going to compile. So compilation is done. Now the moment compilation is done, did you notice that one file got created here? So this file will get added when you compile, and this will be added only when compilation is successful. So I'm going to delete this. Now let's say, for example, you did a mistake here. You put S small and save it. So when you are writing C# code, C# is case sensitive. Remember, C# is case sensitive. When you write something wrong, so it will give an error, because system will not be there in existing library files which in .NET Framework. Now let's save this. Now I'm going to compile this now again. So if you want to get the previous command here, you need to press up arrow. So I'm going to press up arrow. I got the previous command. Now let me press enter. Now let's see if it compiles properly. So it's not compiling properly. I got an error. And you can see here that I got an error in this code, and you can see very well that 1.cs 1,7. So this is first row and this is 7th character. First row 7th character error, and the type or namespace system could not be found. It's clearly telling that this cannot be found. By seeing this, you should be able to fix it, and you should realize that okay, S is capital and I have given wrong here, so I should give S capital. So you can correct this. Now when you save it, it will compile successfully, and we already saw that. Now Most of the time students do mistake is write line they'll put L small, and if you put L small, this method will not be there in console class. This method will not be there in console class because C# is case sensitive and write line L should be capital. And let's see what error we get now. I'm going to save it and I'm going to compile it again. And this time we got a different error, and see here we got error in 6th line character 13. So 1 2 3 4 5 6, and this will be the character 13. Okay, so it is telling you that system.console does not contain the definition for write line. So it's very clearly telling you to identify the error. System.console does not contain the definition for write line because write line L should be capital. Okay, so let me type. See, the moment what you can notice here is whenever you're getting an error, it is not generating exe file. It's not generating exe file when you're getting an error. Only when it is successful, then it will generate exe file. Okay, so now let's save it, and I'm going to compile this again. So let's see now. Now we will get no error. We will not get any error, and this is successful. And if you want to execute an exe file, it's simple. In the command prompt, you have to type 1. Whenever you have an exe file, if you want to execute that exe file, just type that in the command prompt, and you don't even need to put .exe. See here, if I type notepad, it just opened notepad. See, it opened in my other system. Even if I type calculator, it just opened calculator. So you don't have to write .exe. Even if you write it, it should not be a problem. So it will just open calculator. See now, did you notice it? It just opened calculator. So when I type notepad.exe, it will just open notepad. So now when I just type my code, this 1.exe is I created this now, and this is my file. And if I want to execute this, just I need to type 1. That's it. I'm seeing the output. Or you can double click on this. But the problem with double click now is that it will display the output and disappear immediately. So when I double click on it, it will display the output. It will display the output and disappear immediately. Okay, so everyone got it, how to compile it with Notepad, how to compile it, the process you understood? Everyone please ping me. I got one C. Everyone in the class please ping me. Okay, so how many of you can do this after the class? Tell me frankly, how many of you can do this after the class? Everyone please ping me if you can do this. Ping me as yes. Okay, so some of you have done it in now. Okay, so anyway, now how we will plan now is so I'm going to send you the prerequisites again, and the initial 1 week or 2 weeks the classes will be alternate days. And so the class will be, now it is Monday, and it will be Wednesday and Friday. So 3 days we will have classes, and for first week or second week it will be alternate days. And today I'm stopping now only after 45 minutes.